All right, Shalom, Akim. This is Brother Rod Gabal uh, of GMS Orlando Camp. I ain't gonna be long on this. I'm just putting some information out there. This is titled U.S. China Flexing Muscles in Pacific. So I'm gonna go into it. So basically, what the U.S. is doing, they done flew their aircraft over China's no-fly zone. You know, after China had done issued a no-fly zone and a warning, the U.S. went on ahead and did it anyway, disregarding uh, what China did, right? So China has moved their warships out into the China Sea, as you can see. So I'm gonna start reading this. Said the Chinese aircraft carrier Liaoning headed to the South China Sea on Tuesday. Say the United States and China embark upon a new military power showdown in the Pacific, with Beijing sending its sole aircraft carrier to the South China Sea after American bombers defied a Chinese no-fly zone in the region. Now, one thing what people need to know is that the United States feel that they can, do anything, disregard of the no-fly zones carried out by other countries. But as soon as another country, invade their no-fly zone, they're ready to go to war. They saying, well, you have to get paid for what you just did, basically, you know. But they feel that they can just bully another country or do what they gonna do when they feel like, you know. But all what they doing is stirring up strife. Got two scriptures I'm gonna bring out. Ain't gonna be long. It say the Chinese warship Liaoning, which left its home part of Qingdao on Tuesday, was accompanied by two missile destroyers, the Shenyang and the Shijia Zhuang, and two missile frigates, the Yantai and the Huafeng. According to Chinese media reports, the cruise is on its first cross-sea training mission. Beijing's move came immediately after Washington flew two B-52 bombers over disputed islands in the East China Sea to challenge China's freshly declared air defense identification zone. All right, so the U.S., man, which is headed by Esau, so-called white man, all right, according to the Bible. All right, man, this is a proud man, man. Okay, I'm going to get a scripture real quick. I'm going to get right back. This is Proverbs 28:25. He that is of a proud heart stirreth up strife. Strife is contention. So what is Esau doing? Esau is done invaded Chinese no-fly zone, and they stirring up contention, man. You know, but it's the Most High the one putting it on their heart to do this, man. So this thing is finna get ready to kick off. But, you know, that's all the white man has done in this past. His history proves that itself is stir up contention. All right, back to this. It say China established the defense zone over the weekend, urging airlines to inform the Chinese government upon entering the region. The United States has said it would not recognize China's new air defense zone. See, that's a proud man right there, man. But you want everybody else to recognize your defense zone and your no-fly zones, but you don't recognize another country's fly zone. Okay, the United States does not apply that procedure to foreign aircraft, State Department spokeswoman Jennifer Psaki said too. So it certainly is one we don't think others should apply. They say the two U.S. bombers pilots did not identify themselves upon entering the disputed airspace as China would have wanted. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry also characterized China's move as an escalatory action that will only increase tensions in the region and create risk of an incident. Well, good. I hope it do increase more tensions, man. You know, but it's still showing that you a proud man. You don't know how to stay at home or stay out of other people's territory. China had warned that its military would take defensive emergency measures to respond to aircraft that do not cooperate in identification or refuse to follow instructions. All right, you know, I hope the Most High do put it on they China spirit, man, to shoot them aircraft out the sky, man. All right, it say China's defense ministry said it monitored the U.S. bomber flights in its defense zone. The Chinese military monitored the entire process, carried out identification in a timely manner, and ascertained the type of U.S. aircraft. China's defense spokesman Jing Yangxin said in a statement, China is capable of exercising effective control over this airspace, he added. Meanwhile, the Philippines warned on Wednesday that China's deployment of the warship could aggravate tensions in the region. Well, it leaves China no choice. China is not taking no chances with this man. They're not taking no chances, and the Philippines saying that all it's going to do is escalate more tension in the region. China trying to protect themselves. They say its deployment does not contribute to collective efforts to strengthen regional stability and instead serves to threaten the status quo, Philippine Foreign Affairs Department spokesman Raul Hernandez said. Well, if you wanted the region, to be stable, tell the white man to go back home. Tell America to get out of these other countries and out of these other countries' waters, man. That's all you got to do. It say Tang Soo Mun, Director of Foreign Policy and Security Studies of the Institute of Strategic and International Studies, said it was probably very prudent to hold the Chinese aircraft carriers in the South China Sea rather than the East China Sea. Tensions between the U.S. and China have entered a new phase over the recent developments. That's a good thing. China is concerned about U.S. militarism in the Asia Pacific. Beijing is considering the Pentagon's focus to pivot, increase U.S. military presence in the Pacific as a strategy to counter China's increasing global influence. Yeah, because America global influence is decreasing. Okay. In a phone interview with Press TV, American military analyst Michael Burns said China is testing the United States by declaring a no-fly zone over the East China Sea. China started to realize that their economic power has to be matched with military power based on the model that has existed in the past century, which is the flag follows the fleet. Basically, that is to say the political power follows military power, Burns said. Okay, so that's just some updated news. U.S. and China flexing muscles in the Pacific. Could something kick off? Maybe so. All depends on the Most High. Let me get one more scripture. This is Jeremiah 51:33. For thus said the Most High of hosts, the God of Israel, the daughter of Babylon, which is America. Babylon is from the Hebrew word Babel, which means confusion. America is spiritually Babylon. This is the place of confusion. Okay. It is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her. Yet a little while, and the time of harvest shall come. So America is a threshing floor, man. And this is the time for her to receive her punishment, the plagues, destruction. Alright. So whenever the Most High, YAHAWASHI feel he gets ready to go ahead and make these nations go at it, man. That's when everything be fulfilling, man. So America can be destroyed. That's basically it, man. So with that, I just want to say all praise to YAHAWASHI, double honors unto the elders of Great Millstone and to the Archeum out there pushing this truth. Shalom.